Hex, I love it when a game takes familiar mechanics and then combines them together to make something feel completely unfamiliar, and the Swapper does this beautifully.
You've seen what's left of the ship. I suppose you had to see for yourself. I suppose. Who is this I doing all this supposing? Is it still me? It took years of study to accept that they were alive. Not like we are, of course.
You find yourself on an abandoned research station called the Theseus in deep space. Scattered throughout the ship, you find strange rock formations which have the ability to communicate with you.
This place changes people.
Over time, you start to learn about what happened to the crew by these cryptic messages and from another astronaut on the ship.
How did you get back here? Why are you following me?
It's got a bit of an Event Horizon vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and I love talking rocks and alien possession set in space. Just love it. You quickly find a swapping device. It allows you to make clones of yourself and then swap your soul into them. The clones all mimic your every move, but you can only move between them if you have a direct line of sight, which the game loves to break for you. On top of that, you have a limited number of clones you can make at any time. At first, Hex, I wondered, where can they go with this pretty simple mechanic? But then the game just throws unexpected complexity at you at every turn.
Yeah, I mean, there are some mind-bending puzzles here that you feel encouraged to solve, but you also never feel overly frustrated or like it's throwing brick walls at you at every turn, and that's a tricky thing to accomplish in a genre like this. There's a perfect balance of difficulty here, and it never wastes your time. There's teleporters scattered about which let you zip from one area to the next, but you still get lost in the cold loneliness that they've created. Part of the beauty of these levels comes from a really thoughtful use of light, but also they were all made from real clay models, so it has a real constructed feel to it.
And it's so eerie, isn't it? Especially when you go for a spacewalk.
It's likely the Watchers aren't even aware they killed the crew, just as you're unaware when your immune system kills a virus.
As you progress, you're introduced to the usual puzzle mechanics we've seen before, such as blocks and pressure pads, all with that extra layer of complexity, though, that you use clones to activate and move them around. But also different types of light beams will disrupt your swapping abilities. Some won't let you place clones, some won't let you swap between them, so it becomes about finding the right angles and the right moment to swap. The trickiest sections really force you to think about timing, but also you start to look for walls that you can walk up against that keep your clones moving. I found this kind of forward planning really fun to think about.
Yeah, and there are a few areas which require some quick fingers, but the mechanics are refined and forgiving when they need to be. Those reverse gravity platforms what really threw my brain out the most though, Barjo. Trying to work out the timing and placing and switching. You get the impression playing this that all of these puzzles have been play tested a lot, so you never feel like the mechanics are letting you down. It's just your brain.
Yeah, and I think that's why this never gets frustrating, because like you said, it's got really tight, solid mechanics that have been refined, so you just have to wait till the solution slowly forms in front of you. This is a wonderful puzzler, and made by just 2 university students. What are you going to give it, Hex?
Well, it hurt my brain, but I thought it was great. I'm giving it 8.
I'm giving it 8.5.